Another primetime game and another game where Daniel Jones lets his teammates down. I mean, aren't we all tired of this? Aren't we just all over the Daniel Jones experiment? It's year 6, and it's the same song, and it's the same dance. But let's focus on this year. You're 2-3 with an opportunity to get to 3-3 on the season. And you go out and you score 7 points against a Cincinnati Bengals defense that was giving up 29 points per game coming into the day, the second most in the National Football League. Not only could you not put points on the board for your offense, you actually took points off the board for your offense. You drove down to the red zone and you threw a red zone interception, rolling right off your back foot, trying to be a hero, throwing the ball across the field. 7 points. 7 points. You will never, ever be a franchise that can sustain success with Daniel Jones as your quarterback. It's just too big for him. The moment and the job of being the quarterback for the New York Football Giants is too big for Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones, in his career on Sunday Night Football, completes 57% of his passes. In 3 games, he's thrown for 469 yards. He has never thrown a touchdown on Sunday Night Football, and he has 3 interceptions. Daniel Jones, sure, 22 of 41, but before that last drive that was filled with garbage time, he was 19 of 36 for 173 yards and an interception. He scored 7 points. The New York Giants need to bench Daniel Jones. I've said it multiple times this year. The Giants need to move on from Daniel Jones. They are wasting a season. They are wasting talent on this team. Daniel Jones is putting handcuffs on this team's success. The ceiling for him is so low. How many times on 4th down did Daniel Jones throw the first read? Threw on the most important one, throws to Darius Slayton, wide open, first read, Wan'Dale Robinson's right, wide open behind him. What about earlier in the game on 4th and 1? He throws it right to Wan'Dale Robinson, who's covered, predetermined. He has 2 people wide open. 3 people ran a route. 2 were wide open. He threw to the only covered wide receiver. 7 points. I don't give a shit about the field goal kicker. Don't lean on a kicker that's on your team due to an injury that was picked up in September. Score touchdowns. The Bengals had the second worst scoring defense coming into today, and all Daniel Jones could do was muster up 7 points. 7 points. The Dodgers outscored the Giants today. It's a joke. He's ruining our lives for the 6th year in a row. You are who you are. And he is a bottom of the barrel, ceiling limiting, losing quarterback. Even the year the Giants made the playoffs with them, they were a bad offense. You will never, ever, ever be an explosive offense that can sustain success and win football games with Daniel Jones under center. You scored 7 points against a team that was giving up 29 points per game entering today. Do you realize that if the Giants quadrupled their point total today, it still would have been less than the number of points that the Bengals were giving up coming into week 6? I can't wait till he's off this team. They should move on now, bench him, because the only thing that can happen is he gets hurt, and then the injury guarantee contract gets triggered. And then you're on the book for $47 million next year. Daniel Jones has the second highest cap hit in the National Football League, and you scored 7 points against the Cincinnati Bengals. It's over. It is over. Move on. Start fresh. Get a new quarterback. Move on from 86. Too many drop balls. Not enough big-time plays. 6 receptions, 57 yards. 5 receptions, 50 yards. Michael Donan says, you act like $47 million is a lot for a QB in 2025. Michael, you do know that Daniel Jones has the second highest cap hit in the National Football League this year, right, brother? But if you just want to use stats to support your narrative, sure, we could talk about average annual value. But this year, he is costing the Giants the second most money of any player to employ them this season. And he's also cost the Giants multiple football games. He was a joke against the Vikings. He didn't go win you the game against the Cowboys. He lost you the game against the Bengals. Man. Primetime dimes comes up short. Again. We now all have to go to work after a primetime game, and people will laugh that Daniel Jones is your quarterback. It's a joke. Can't wait till he's off this team. Who should start next week? Daniel Jones? Drew Lock? Dan, the doo-doo man. Again on Sunday Night Football. It's an embarrassment. That he is the quarterback for this team for the 6th season. 309 yards today. Bengals were giving up 365 coming into the day. Passing yards, 190. Bengals were allowing 214. Rushing yards, 119 on the ground. And you turned it over. Not only could you not score, you got in the way of scoring. Red zone interception. Red zone turnover. He's just a loser. And that's okay. It's okay. He's a really rich loser. But as a professional quarterback, he's just a loser. Because all he does is lose. When the lights get brighter, he shrivels up every fucking time. You deserve better, Giants fans. And I can't wait until we get to find a quarterback that elevates this team and doesn't consistently hold this team back. Dan, the do man. Well, we got to talk more about this game coming up around the corner. But first, I got to give a huge shout out to Prize Picks. Download the prize. Shout out to our sponsor today, Game Time. Game Time, the number one ticketing app in the game. Download the app and use the promo code ChatSports, and you're going to get $20 off your first purchase where terms do apply. Shout out to Game Time for sponsoring today's show. It's the app where you get the best seats for the lowest prices guarantee. You get to see your seat view in the app. You get to access your tickets from your phone, and it's an easy app to resell your tickets as well. Lowest price guaranteed. And if you use the all-in pricing feature, you won't get hit with hidden fees when you get to checkout, and the Game Time Picks feature, making it that much more easy on your feed to go watch your favorite people perform. Use that promo code ChatSports, ChatSports, and you'll get $20 off your first purchase where terms do apply. So download the app, use the promo code ChatSports, ChatSports, create an account, and you're going to get $20 off your first purchase where terms do apply. What time is it? It is game time. Daniel Jones wastes maybe the best defensive game we've seen the Giants play in a long time. I mean, you held the Bengals to 17 points, and it was really 10 points, a BS touchdown at the end. You held Joe Burrow to less than 185 passing yards. You had a turnover. You dominated time of possession. Brian Burns relentlessly made plays in the backfield. Wasted. Azeez Ojulari relentlessly made plays in the backfield. Wasted. You needed Dexter Lawrence to make a play. He did. Wasted. Man, it's it gets to a point where it's like it's torture. It is torture watching Daniel Jones play football. Every week we got to put a freaking fake face on, a makeup. We got to go support Dan the doo-doo man. 205 yards on 22 completions. It was really 173 yards on 19 completions before the final drive. You got to laugh. You got to laugh. 7 points. The Bengals gave up 29 a game. Even if your kicker made all the kicks, you still lost. It wasn't even about the kicker. This man is afraid to throw touchdowns at MetLife Stadium. He is allergic to winning games on primetime football. And he's the second highest paid player in the NFL this year. Oh, we're the idiots that actually believed in him. Are all the people, do you think, that told me I was wrong about Daniel Jones last week, you think they're going to watch this post-game show? Daniel Jones continues to rob the New York Giants. 7 points? It's 2024, baby. They are gifting you points in the National Football League. And you said, nah, I'm good. I'm good. Make sure you are subscribed. We're going to continue to break this down and talk about this football team. And I don't know. I don't know, man. This is it's becoming a little too much. If you fix your lips to say that this game's on Andrew Thomas, I kindly ask you to ask yourself why you would think that. He gave up 2 sacks. One of them came when the game was over. And if you're going to blame him for an RPO where he's downfield, you are kind of just showing your hand that you don't know what you're talking about. As an offensive lineman is taught to run block on an RPO. The R in RPO stands for run block. What about the wide open pass he misses to Wan'Dale Robinson? What about the 4th and 1 where he predetermines he's throwing the ball to Wan'Dale Robinson? What about the 4th and 1 where he predetermines he's throwing the ball to Darius Slayton? What about when he misses Darius Slayton on the go route on the right side? What about where he overthrew Jalen Hyatt on the left side? I can't wait to watch someone else play quarterback for this team. And I'm hoping that it's Drew Lock next week. I don't know if he's better, but it doesn't matter. We're losing games with Daniel Jones. You know what the worst thing that'll happen? He'll lose games with Drew Lock. He might just score more than 7 points, though. It's really hard. It's really hard. Second highest cap hit in the NFL. I feel bad for all the Giants fans out there that have to watch this man play football. We got to watch all the 1 p.m. games today. We got to watch all the 4 o'clock games today. None of them look like how we play football. Make sure you are following me on social media. I'm on Twitter at @MarshallGreen_, Instagram at @MarshallGreen_. Hit me up over there. And Jesus Christ, bench Daniel Jones, please.